actually 7:27 a.m. and we are looking at an A+ setup here from the Ultimate Trading Assistant. By the way, all our indicators work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. I'm on a funded account here. So I'm going kind of light. I got 10 micros, and I split it 5 and 5 so I can scale out if I want to. Let's talk about why we're in this trade. All right, so first things first, and this is a level. Like if we break past this level, we should go down pretty hard. If you look over here, last time we were here, sorry. I mean, you got all this drop zone. But here's why we're in this trade. Let me zoom in here. So again, I know I get a lot of emails from you guys saying, I'm watching on my phone. Can you zoom in a little bit more? All right, so here's the scoop. First things first, we got an A+ setup to the downside on the Maverick radar, the ultimate trading assistant that is going through our entire checklist to see what kind of setup do we have. Do we have no setup? Do we have a B setup? You want to know about your B setups and your A+ setups, all right? Right now it's saying we got an A+ setup to the downside. The Maverick AI Pro, bright hot pink candles, okay? If you see pink, it will most likely sink. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. So right now you're probably trading with, red and green candles, and that just tells you price and direction. Hang on one second. I want to move my signals up here. Okay, cool. There we go. So you're probably trading with, price and direction candles, which is just red and green, which is fine. But what the Maverick AI Pro does is it colors your candles to the data underneath the hood. We have a formula we're crunching underneath the hood. And as you can see, if you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. And then if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside candle. Gray is just indecision or reversal. We stay out of gray, all right? We don't jump into gray candles usually. So people say, hey, how do I stay out of the chop? How do I stay out of chop? All right, well, don't get into gray candles. Okay? Don't get into gray candles. Don't get into gray candles. All right? So there's how you stay out of chop. All right, so if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Guys, I'm in micros here. We're up about, well, you're getting the turn of the 5-minute candle. As you guys know, I sit on my hands the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. Beautiful sell signal up here. Beautiful sell signal right here. Absolute banger. Boom, came down, retraced up to the Maverick guide, and then kept going back down. This blue line is the Maverick guide. We like to go short when price is below it and long when price is above it. Short when price is below the blue line. Woo! Look at this drop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And we like to go long when price is above it. Short when below it. Long one above it. Okay, you get the picture here. Let me get back to what we're trading here. Okay. All right. Bunch of down confidence arrows. 1, 2, 3 down confidence arrows. Beautiful sell signal again. Maverick trender is pegged to the top. When this line is pegged to the top, it's showing massive strength and momentum to the downside if it's red, to the upside if it's green. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. So trader 1 through trader 5, they're all voting bearish across 6 time frames. Imagine being in the room with 6 other traders that all have a different style, and they're voting every single tick. They are voting on 6 time frames. Backstory on this, if you don't know it, I spent a small fortune creating this indicator years ago because I wanted to know what was going on the other time frames. And I'm just not that great. Maybe you are, but I can't read 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 charts at once. I just can't. So I wanted to know what was going on about 6 other time frames, but I couldn't read it all and then trade another chart, right? It's just too much. So what we did was created the Maverick Multi-X, and each one of these algos is like a completely different trader with a completely different style, looking for something completely different. And when they're all in agreement, that is stacking probability, right? When they're all agreeing, yes, we are bearish on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 3 minute, the 5, the 10, the 15. You can change these time frames to whatever you want. You can actually add a 7th time frame, and there's actually also a really cool feature that you can collapse this whole thing. Okay, so I can condense it to where if I just want that real estate back, I can just know, hey, are all 5 traders in agreement on this time frame? So right now, they're not all agreeing on the 1 minute, the 2 minute. You can see we're getting a little bit of retracement, which I'm actually going to move my stop loss up just a little bit. Want to give it room to breathe. And because we're probably going to have, a couple minutes of retracement here, which no big deal. So let me expand this back out real quick. All right, just because I like to see what all the traders are voting here. Now, red is your second strongest downside data. So what is that telling us? Hot pink. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. This was a huge move. Then it's cooling off. The data is cooling off to the downside. So you're getting some retracement. Think of this like a heat map. All right, so just think of this like a heat map. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. Now, if we started to get green candles, or we quickly went to gray to green, I'd get myself right out, because that's telling me, the Maverick AI Pro is telling me that the data has changed. You know what I'm saying? But we hung in. We had red candles. We still had downside data candles. So we hung in there, moved my stop loss up just a little bit to give it room, a little wiggle room. And now we're back into Profitville. Okay. A+ setup. So what's the Maverick Radar doing? This is the ultimate trading assistant. How many times have you gotten into a trade, you get stopped out, and you look back and you go, what the heck what did I think I was seeing there? The Maverick Radar is going to be your eyes. It's going to go through our entire checklist of everything we look for from all our Maverick indicators, and it's going to grade each one of the elements. All right. And then it's going to give you an overall grade. Do you have no setup? Do you have a B setup? And we like to take B setups. That's okay. That means something's forming, if you will. And then, or do you have an A setup? And we got into this on an A+ setup to the downside. A+ setup to the downside. So when I have this little signal here that says A+ setup to the downside, no, there's no plus. We just thought it would just, too much to read. So we just made it A setup, but we refer to it as an A+ setup. When we get this alert and we have an A+ setup, and then I see red background, the bears are in control. I see hot pink candles. I see a sell signal back here. I see prices below the blue line. I see all 5 traders voting bearish across 6 time frames. And then I see the Maverick trender pegged to the top here. I'm thinking about getting in. Okay, but again, it's 7:30 in the morning. This is going to be a slow trade. 7:30 in the morning, Wall Street's still sleeping. Down confidence arrows. These aren't sell signals. These are confidence arrows that you are moving in the right direction. Confidence arrows. Okay. All right. So now I'm just gonna watch the Maverick AI Pro and let it guide me. When do I get into a trade? I don't know. You can wait for an A+ setup. When do I get out of the trade? You can wait till you lose your A+ setup. That's okay too. Last few days we've been trade copying to like 4 other accounts. I mean, to do, you get 4 other accounts, we'd be up $800 right now. Okay. So you don't need these big, huge $1,000 moves to accumulate great profit per day. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Sorry, I got to say that. But look, we're up $200. I'm not trade copying right now. I'm on a funded account. It's a little early in the morning. But if I was, which is kind of part of my normal strategy, it's like spread the wealth, right? So all I need to go is like $200. And if I'm trade copying to 5 other accounts, it's $1,000 on the day. If I lose $100 on the trade, if I get stopped out, I only lost $100 per funded account, which is nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's the genius of trade copying. All right, beautiful. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. All right. Beautiful. Somebody asked before, oh, are you in replay mode? Look down here. Look at the clock. Okay, this is a live trade. You got to know the platform. This is TradingView. And again, speaking of platforms, all our indicators work on NinjaTrader as well as TradingView. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Look at this thing just push down. A+ setup to the downside. Hot pink candles. When this thing was retracing, how many people got out? How many people got out? Because this was a green candle pushing up. But you knew you still had downside data because you have the Maverick AI Pro coloring your candles to what we're seeing underneath the hood. You still had an A+ setup. You're rocking. Your Maverick trender was still here, and almost all 5 traders were voting bearish across most of your time frames. So you hung in there. Okay? Heat map. This is edge, folks. This is clear vision. So listen, and you stay out of the gray, right? Okay? Because this is chop. All right. So if you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you want edge in the market, if you want clear vision, we would love, love, love to help you crush it in 2026. If you want the ultimate trading assistant literally serving up on a silver platter, A+ setups here, unbelievable, come check us out. All right. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Nothing's ever guaranteed. We're just a bunch of software geeks making amazing tools and having a ton of fun, just helping people succeed here. Just really, really awesome. By the way, congrats to all our new members and congrats to all the members this week so far that have already passed like evals and just crushing it. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I'm not going to say any names, but oh my gosh, I got emails of folks passing 4, 5, 6 eval accounts this week. It's unbelievable. So, hey, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you're looking for some edge, come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.